कुछ भी पढ़ो आप, कुछ भी पढ़ो, नोट्स बनाओ खुद के. In life you can be driven by two things, passion and passion. If you want to pursue the UPSC or JKPSC simply because your friend is doing that, then please stop. You are encourage your points जरूरत ना इधर में converge कैसा है. In fact, there are so many wonderful people who are spread across this district, and every district of course, but they need a convergence point. That's sufficient reaction. So motivation was like, and this is the place. This is where you can find that. Very awesome, inshallah.
Main thesis is political science prepare kari. Almost mains complete exams 5-6 marks automatically cover.
See, so you but I have seen those guys cracking this exam who have taken Urdu. For example, I have a friend Fazul Hasib, who is director of tourism right now. He's a IAS officer. He cracked with me. I sat for the interview first time in 2018. He also sat that year only. He had Urdu, simple Urdu. Okay, so he made it. He had got 36th rank, AR rank, All India rank. I had political science. There are people who are, let's say, sociology. Sociology also, it can help you to cover many portions of the general studies. But that's not actually necessary. That if you choose, for example, anthropology, political science, sociology, that's going to help you. Of course, it will help, but it's not actually a precondition. So if you come to subject to medical science, लोग qualify करते हैं. Kannada literature में आप देखो, Marathi Mishak friend, he cracked UPSC. He wrote in Maratha script. So paper general studies लिखा Maratha script उसमें. वहाँ पे ये चलता नहीं है. Like, I will take pride in, if I speak in English. वहाँ पे UPSC सब नहीं मानता. There are, Hindi candidates, like whose language is Hindi. They score more marks in interview than the people who speak in English. I have an example. Salman Sheikh, Shudama Sabuz IRS. He also sat for the interview 2018. He spoke in Urdu, Hindi. I spoke in English. Okay. I thought I had a privilege. He got 175 in interview that year. I got 146 in interview, and that was the main reason why I was thrown out. That's a clear rebuttal, like a kick on your back. Go out. You are not actually eligible. अच्छा सब कुछ ना कुछ फर्क शुरू actually इन चीज़ चला actually मुद्दे की बात है ना वही करवाओ. बहुत सारे कमीशन सेक्टर से कास्ट कराए ना ये actually बिजनेस कॉपरेटिव्स में ते मन फीडबैक इन यूज़ है. मैं तो लोग सो आप फिलोसफिकली तरीके से मतलब मानना एस्केज जो रहता है देखो ये जेल में रखा आप ये सब. Speak on the basis of facts. मुझे बताओ क्या करें मुद्दे पे आ जाओ. You should come to this exam. वहीं से UPSC या PSC तो इस बार या मतलब बाकी एग्जाम उनका प्रेफर करा. I am also a JR. मुझे JR आप तो कुछ मुझे कुछ उसमें क्वालिफाई. तो वहीं आओ ना मतलब उस किस्मत PhD करना. UPSC is a different ball game. PSC is a different ball game, and of course JKSSB and all these examinations it requires a different strategy. It's not necessary that if you are preparing for UPSC you will automatically crack JKSSB. It's not necessary. I'm an example. I have never sat for any examinations, JKSSB exams, except one that I was forced by my friends, by my parents. Because Zasadas must do interview. Zasadas must interview case. But be like case. Because ne kune must select. But go to that desperate mode to not even exam kuch Panchayat Accounts Assistant. मेरा दिल नहीं था उसमें देने का. मैं ये नहीं कर. I'm not actually looking down upon any job. It's just that you are prepared for something else. You are made for something else. So Bugos tour मैं दूध. And I didn't qualify for the exam, literally. That could have cut off 81, means 80 marks. But I didn't qualify that exam. So that speaks volumes about the different strategies that you need to crack these different examinations. Either there's a top-down approach and a bottom-up approach. I think bottom-up approach works better than top-down. I thought I'm preparing for this UPSC. I'll literally crack JKPSC very easily. So to go, मतलब UPSC interview to go na, tampa में KSU interview. मैं तो ये बस गए था. आज तो KSU ताकि litigation तो सब शुरू किस KSU. I gave them 10,000 rupees. I was damn sure I'll crack this exam. Voluntarily, there are some people who didn't give a penny for that litigation, and they were in the list finally. I gave them 10,000 bucks. I said, okay, you just fight it out in the court. कर लो आप. मैं इतना sure था मैं हो जाऊंगा. उसी वजह से मेरा 2018 का भी means मतलब problem में आ गया. क्योंकि I was so sure. फिर ना उसमें हुआ ना इसमें हुआ ना किसी में नहीं हुआ. And there are so many people like who are freshers who had actually completed their graduation from 18, so 19 they made it easily in KS. तो विशु तक इंटरव्यू विशु की मंदिर विशु बनाने ये कुछ नहीं है ये नहीं है. लेकिन मेरे से पूछा भी ये क्या है. So you cannot generalize it. See, if I am not able to qualify this examination after 5 attempts, 6 attempts, that doesn't mean that you would have to spend 5 years in it. You can crack it in the first attempt itself. So it's a strategy. This is an exam. Literally, this is an exam. You have to mug up. Okay, you have to cram. Literally, if I want to speak in plain and blunt language, so you should cram them. But you need to be robust. You need to be very, you need to strategize it. मतलब मैं कहता हूँ सिर्फ अगर तो JKSSB से पन स्ट्रैटेजी था उसमें जितना आप याद कर सकते हो उतना कर सकते हो आप. ब्रेड बढ़ाओ उसकी चीजों की. समझ रहे हो मेरी बात. जितना आप कवर सकते हो ना कवर कर सकते हो एरिया ब्रेड हिसाब से तो दैट थी मेन दस मच कम डेप्थ करो. You need to understand the nuance of it, like layered approach. Prelims में ऐसे, mains में ऐसे. You should अभी फंडा. तो बेशक नहीं इसके.
So on behalf of BE freshers who are undergraduate or have recently completed the graduation, so they are struggling with the sources and the strategy how to start. So please guide them with that. How to start? Just make us understand how to start because they are very freshers and they don't know how may we start and how we will go through it.
When I went to Delhi in 2015, I think ending 2015, I started to prepare, I think from 2016 onwards. In fact, I was preparing since 2012 during my college days also. But formally I started in 2016. I went to Delhi and I was so confused because there were so many people. If you go to Rajendra Nagar or Karol Bagh, you will see this tsunami of people roaming around like aimlessly. You seem to be lost in that. You will wonder that, man, these people, so many people are preparing for UPSC. Would it be possible for me to crack it? It happens, and these doubts, second thoughts, they do come, of course. It seemed like a Mount Everest for me. And I was so confused about choosing my optional. There were so many people who told, okay, just go for Urdu because it fetches you more mark. Don't go for political science. But was internally political science so inclination. And literally I have wept. I was so confused. I was in a fix at that time and I literally wept. So I was killing Bambara. Actually, you boss someone you should cover put. So also 1,000 miles, walk, it starts with one step. So you have to take a step. One is to strategize. You should NCRT is a paralyze. NCRT doesn't suffice. Okay. But that provides you with a toehold. Okay. That's where you stand. That actually and I'm telling you, coaching does matter. If someone tells you that coaching doesn't matter, you can study yourself. Of course you can. I studied myself. Except for political science, I got coaching from Waziram. General studies, I studied myself. But I realized that if you go for coaching, you always have an upper edge. Because you're going to cover a lot of things, very quickly. And you get experts' advice for that. I had to literally struggle. I just stumbled, I fell down, I had to get up, I had to, really experiment with all these things. And I learned myself, but it took me a lot of time. But as far as your strategy is concerned, I strongly recommend that if you want to go for coaching, do go for coaching. That's very important. Coaching, it can happen through online. You can go for that. Easily you will crack it. Okay. Modules expert human resource. But if anyone wants to study at home, he can also do it. Not a big issue. NCRT pan. Book list, book list second most important thing is that whatever you read, make sure that you make notes. At the end of the day, you should not see. If you're going through a book once, that's it. Don't go through that book twice, okay, or thrice. Except Lakshmikant, you have to study that. I have studied that 30-40 times. Okay, for general studies purposes. But as far as mains is concerned, okay, mains, for example, you have 2 papers per day. It's impossible to revise, reams of books. So you need to just condense it so much that you can revise a particular subject in a matter of 2 hours or 3 hours. Political science as an optional. And believe me, I have condensed it to 1 copy, a small copy, I think it's around 60 pages. So I can literally revise political science in a matter of 1 day. that I can do. You also have to do that. But if you read that notebook, you will like it will seem gibberish to you. You say, "Kya likha hai isne?" But I know when I read one word, it opens a door, to many things because I remember where it has come from. Okay, where am I? So notes, कुछ भी पढ़ो, notes बनाओ खुद के. वो बहुत आपको मतलब you will benefit from that. If you don't make your notes, let me tell you, I'll be candid. It's very difficult to crack this exam. Don't rely on ready-made notes. Of course, you'll get a lot of notes and sources from the market, from internet. But do make it sure that you jot something down of your own. Betul nggak sih? Daim kachi pat train kachi iki main shasa. So it's sort of interactive banao. He'll answer writing guys. Of course, if you crack prelims and you have to literally practice a lot because it's very difficult to write 20 questions in a matter of 3 hours. Okay. I used to struggle. I started with 9 questions for 2 hours. Then I said, okay, I can't write it further. Then slowly I went to 11, then 12, then 15. Then of course now I can write 20 questions. It's very difficult to write 20 questions in a matter of 3 hours, but it's possible. You will do. Everybody does that, but you have to practice. Okay, there's no free lunch in this world. Practice करनी है वो आप खुद कर सकते हो. लेकिन कैसे आता है? Instantaneous कैसे knowledge में आती है? मुझे बताइए. See, in UPSC or the PAC or these competitive examinations, they don't want you to become philosophers. आपको PhD नहीं करना है. It's a very simple game. You have to leave others behind. That's it. उसमें जुगाड़ करना पड़ता है, बहुत manipulations करना पड़ता है, जुगाड़ करना पड़ता है. तो instantaneous knowledge must ये याद है when you have memory. Okay, when you can recapitulate things. ठीक है? मैं आपको ऐसे बोलूंगा सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप्स के बारे में. आपको 5 चीजें हमेशा याद होनी चाहिए. 5 चीजें बस. 5 चीज में से सेल्फ रैंडमली मैं आपको कुछ भी बोलूंगा. एग्रीकल्चर मार्केटिंग. ठीक है, इंटरनल मैं आपको बोलूंगा. चलो मैं आपको बताऊं बॉर्डर सिक्योरिटी ऑफ इंडिया. आपको 5 चीजें याद होंगी. उसमें एक डायग्राम, उसमें एक कुछ फैक्ट, उसमें कुछ ऑब्जर्वेशन, कमिटी की रिपोर्ट, ऐसे मतलब मैं लगा मीन्स उसमें जरूरत था. तो बाकी फिर होता रहता है. आप खुद सीख जाओगे. मैं बताऊंगा आपको. यू जस्ट हैव टू स्टार्ट द जर्नी एंड द डोर्स विल ओपन ऑफ देयर ओन. बट यू हैव टू बी सीरियस. सी देयर आर सम पीपल इन लाइफ यू कैन बी ड्रिवन बाय 2 things: fashion and passion. If you want to pursue the UPSC or JKPSC simply because your friend is doing that, then please stop it. You are like literally molesting it. One of my teachers used to say it, like, if you don't give your 110% to what you're doing, you're literally molesting it. Give your best and then leave everything to destiny. See, I came to that stage of my life where it was like complete dark. आज जो स्लेवॉक ज़ेज़र का नाम सुना आपने? वो एक फिलोसोफर है चेकोस्लोवाकिया के. उन्होंने बोला कि it's like you said that when there's this saying that light at the end of the tunnel. No, English poet. He said that always it seems like it's a light at the end of the tunnel. It's not a light at the end of the tunnel. It's actually a train coming from other side, the headlight. So it's going to like throw you out. It's going to bump on you. The whole touch is but life must. Magar pach Allah Taala trapan wati aap. Aakh baat hai insaan usko band pach hat darwaz khula life must. तो hopeful रहना चाहिए हमेशा. Allah Taala से मेहनत देवा मजदूर. बेजुती याद हमेशा.
सर देखो गोंडे से दोस्त करा.
That is immaterial. I mean, which are the UPSC aspirant start. If you go to a person who has just started preparing UPSC, you will see him or her focusing on these minute things. You will see big maps on the walls. You will see a table lamp. You will see him forcing to study 8 hours, 10 hours. I mean, you can't be mechanical in this. It's useless to be mechanical. The thing is that you have to be effective in your studies. Even if you study for 3 hours, 4 hours. There are people who have cracked this exam by being, employed. They were employees. They were bank employees. They were, employed somewhere. They used to study for 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, and they did it. So it doesn't matter how, for how long you study. It matters, how effectively you study. Even if it's 2 hours, 3 hours. But yeah, if you are fresher because you have started now, just go for it. Study for 8 hours, 9 hours. That is very fulfilling. आपको जब बाहर निकलते तो ऐसे बात है कि ना ऐसे मैं 4 hours दूर से ना कि कारण दूर लागे पर बाइक खासे थे कारण स्टंट स्विच ऑफ आसान ना आज की जनरेशन की मुझे पसंद ये कुछ दुनिया.
सर आपने 6 अटेम्प्ट्स दिए. आपको क्या लगा कि मतलब मेरी क्या कमियां रही थी?
Exactly. Wonderful question. I overestimated my capability sometimes. Like I failed in prelims successfully for 3 years in between. I wrote only 2 mains in UPSC in these 6 attempts. Both the times I got interview call. Okay. What I failed to acknowledge was that minute things matter in this exam. मैं उस CSAT में कुछ इंजीनियर CSAT हो जाएगा मेरा 2 साल करने के मेरे लिए ना, मैं आपको उसका स्कोर भी दिखाऊंगा. 2 साल मेरा CSAT नहीं हुआ सक्सेसफुली. जबकि मेरे जब कारगिल उनको काटा 98. I had 125 marks in GS1. Okay, around 25 marks more. I couldn't qualify because of CSAT. 2009 2021. 19 to 20 exactly. Sorry. 19 उसमें 125 and 20 में कट ऑफ शायद 92 था, मेरे 112 थे GS1 में. CSAT फिर से फेल हो गया मैं. तो मैं when yours क्या कहे मैं yours तो मैं ना both I was in Jamia. So what I used to do was that I got around 100 GSP, these CSAT papers. And literally at 2 o'clock every day I used to go to a classroom and sit there and solve, this CSAT paper for 2 hours. I of course, interview दिया था, मेरे को फिर भी समझ नहीं आता था. You the paransha to clarify. तो मैं कर फिर उसको बस एक बार समझो आप, फिर आपको खुद it starts unraveling. मेरी बात समझ आ रही है आपको?
सर मेरा भी 1 साल है ग्रेजुएशन के लिए. तो मैं चला था ग्रेजुएशन के बाद पहले वाजिराम ज्वाइन करो, उसके बाद फिर जामिया के लिए एग्जाम दो. ठीक रहेगा.
Muslim, if you're a Muslim in India, Jamia Millia Islamia is the best place to prepare for UPSC in India. Of course, go for it, but वहाँ पे क्या होता है ना, वहाँ तक वाला competition होगा. It's just I want to make sure that you understand that even if you do not make it to Jamia Millia Islamia, you can still do it. But of course, try it. And if you go through the route of Wajiram, first you want to prepare from Wajiram, then of course you can do it. Easily आप crack कर सकते हो Jamia का exam. तो mission पे tune पास suffer from English problem. मैं तो एक दस रूम था था पड़ी आप 2-5 because को तंग है पातों में ती आजकल फ्रॉडियन सो ते वो ना आप कहाँ जाते हो, आप ऐसे रूम थोड़े ना रख सकते हो, ऊपर से आप कश्मीरी हो, ऐसे बोला मेरे. जब मैं पहले वाजिराम हो जाओ यानी वहां भी ट्राई करो, अगर वहां हो सकता है, अगर स्ट्रेट आप जामिया मिला जाओगे तो अच्छी बात है. मैंने कहा कि इनडायरेक्टली ये उससे चुआ सकते.
सर अटेम्प्ट कितने होते हैं
किस में
जामिया?
उसमें अटेम्प्ट नहीं जितनी बात है Zarafai, exactly. If you want to go to Jamia Millia, this Wajiram, sit for Zarafai.
Thinking about the sources, should we stick to one source or multiple sources? Because most of the students are struggling with the sources. You know what? They collect many materials, many books, and they think that we will collect information from that and we crack the examination. So what is your
best way out for UPSC is that limit your sources and study them 10 times. I'll tell you how to score good in optional. I mean, many people ask me. Make your own notes and then read them 12 times. I'll guarantee you'll get 250, 260, 270. But you have to read them 12 times, 13 times, revise it.
Sir, as per your own words, in desperation, you appeared for JKSSB. How would you motivate? How would you motivate yourself later on when things were not turning your way?
See, the thing is that you plan in life. Then this whole life, I don't know, destiny, it actually kicks you on the back, as I said. So फिर आप you just kick the can down the road. आप ये विषय मेरे लिए पता. I had given up. Like actually, आप philosophy में आप concept the law of reverse effect. वो एक concept है. Law of reverse effect क्या होता है? जैसे आप मतलब आपको कुछ मतलब आपको कल कहीं जाना है. You want to go somewhere tomorrow. So you have to wake up early in the morning. तो आप बोलोगे मुझे अभी I want to sleep very early today. No matter how hard you try, it's very difficult to get sleep. When you actively want to sleep, तो तो मुझे फिक्र ये एग्जाम आता है सुबह, मुझे रात को होशियार है, 5 बजे पागल किताब जब रखता है ना 9 बजे इंसान वहीं पे नींद आती है. यू आप जिंदगी में भी ऐसी चीजें होती है, कुछ चीजें होती है you actively pursue them, they go away from you. And then you say, okay, enough is enough, I don't want to pursue it anymore. You turn back, and that thing it pursues you back. वो आपके सामने आ जाती है. ये को मैं जिंदगी से मैंने छोड़ दिया था कि आप पीछे से मेरे को वापस आ गए.
What are the main things to motivate actually to remotivate ourselves?
Yes, sir. जैसे कि आपने ये 6 साल दिए, आपने देखे होंगे अप्स एंड डाउन्स इसमें, और आपकी लाइफ में ऐसा भी टाइम आया होगा कि आपने सोचा होगा नहीं अब नहीं कर सकता मैं, मुझे छोड़ना चाहिए. तो आपको वहां पे किस चीज ने फिर रोका? आपने कैसे अपने आप को मोटिवेट किया ना मुझे करना है, फिर आपने आप को उस ट्रैक पे लाया?
See, there are so many people who are so hard pressed as far as their circumstances of lives are concerned that they can't take to this far. I was lucky that I had my parents' support. My father government job karan, mummy government job karan. So they just gave me that time. There are people who can't wait this long. So their circumstances back home are not so conducive enough. So they have to look for an alternative. अगर एक साल मतलब preparation में रहे फिर नहीं हुआ तो मुझे कायदे में पाऊँ मैं ऐसा क्या शुक्रान फिर बात होती है. So it depends on person to person. But the thing is that once you go into it, it's very easy to get in. It's very difficult to get out of it. It's very tempting, because you study for 1 year, you sit for this attempt. You're not able to make it. Then it becomes more like you're more curious about it. Then you double up. Second year, stakes increase. By 2 साल मैंने किया, अब मैं I don't want to give up here. फिर तीसरे साल ऐसे मतलब ये चलता रहता है. You should ask negative aspect of examination because the prime of your age, maybe the prime of my age was actually spent in this exam. But you learn a lot of. I'm not the same person who started this preparation. You learn a lot of things. So you don't stop. I mean, of course, life is going to throw blinders, challenges, hurdles in your way. But if you work hard, literally, you are going to land somewhere. Kunja, inshallah. Basically, UPSC cover kya, JKSSB cover kya. Benchmark banana kya. It's not a problem. The guy who prepares, for UPSC cracks it. He is like the most intelligent. He's the godfather. No, ऐसा नहीं होता. हर एक की अपनी भी competence होती है. आप मतलब तुझे academic के लिए मतलब तुझे academics में सांगा सो. तो अशुभ पानु benchmark. You can't, compare an orange with an apple. Study it.
Yes, exactly.
So there can't be one benchmark for everything in life. So you understand that. When you create more we live in a feudal society. Like it's like unless and until you wield power in society, you don't count. Power of any kind. So we have to start respecting each other, irrespective of who we are. Till we learn that we are not going to progress as a society.